Hello, it's Beetle. Thank you so much for buying my new base. And I'm just going to show you real quick how to set it up and to get it ready for uploading. So when you double click the click me thing right here, it'll open up your scene and it'll look like this. And then right here in the middle is your blank base. So here's the two presets. We have our demon goat. We have our little angel sheep. And so what I'll do is I'll set up the demon goat here in the middle so you can see how to set it up when you have all your custom textures. So first we're just gonna uncheck this. So this is all we see here. Okay. So what we're gonna want to do first is decide whether or not you want to have your sheep fluff. So if you're doing a sheep character, and if you want, let's say you don't want this neck piece, you can uncheck it, or you can unpack your prefab and delete it entirely, like so. Delete. Same goes with the chest puff. Now when it comes to the arms, legs, and hair, if you want to remove just one type and not the others, here in the skin mesh rendered blend shapes, you can hide individual parts here. And then there's also a adjust for if you use a different body type, just so there's less clipping here in the arms. But for this goat, we're not going to have any of this, so we can delete that as well. And then this is our base body. So we can go to our prefabs here, and on each folder, you'll see I have it labeled like attached to head, attached to head, attached to hips. So that's just like an extra reminder, but I'll explain it here as well. And same goes for the collar and the septum rings. So when you're attaching an accessory, or your ears or your hair, so we'll do some floppy ears here, okay? So we're gonna pick our prefab. You can see a preview of it here. We're gonna drag and drop it under your model here in hierarchy. You don't want to drop it on the scene, and you don't want to drop it directly on the model because that'll mess up the scaling. So we have our ears here, okay? And then these are already set up with the bones. And something specific about the floppy ears, and the reason why I wanted to show it here is, so when you go to attach it to the head, which is what you're doing here, so the head bone is here, you're going to drag and drop it here. The one thing you're going to want to do for the floppy ears specifically is you're going to go into your bones, okay? And for each component, there'll be something here that says colliders. And here, I'm actually going to remove these two from the scene just so we don't get confused. Okay. You're going to see this thing here that says colliders. And you're going to want to set the element here for the left ear. You want to set it to the left arm collider. And for the right ear, you want to set it to the right arm collider. And so that is when, for example, you press play here when it loads. There you go. The ears will collide with the arm. So that's the only thing you're going to want to do is make sure to pair the colliders to the proper bones, or to the, pair the colliders to the proper bones here. So we have our ears attached. So most of the things attached to the head, things that you think would go on the head, go on the head. So hair as well. We can do a ponytail here. And we can just drag and drop that onto the head as well. So we've got a little ponytail. And then for horns, you can grab whatever horns you like. Also attach it to the head. You can do multiple sets of horns attached to the head as well. Tails. So these you're going to attach to the hip bone. So we'll do a nub tail. Feeling crazy. We're going to attach it to the hips like so. And so just as a quick check, you press play here, then you select the base body, right? And you move it around. All the parts will stay attached to the body here. And as you can see over here, where the ears are, it's colliding with the arm. So that's important. There we go. And then wings, we're going to attach to the chest. So we'll do double wings, attach that drag and drop right to the chest bone. But don't forget, you're going to drag it underneath your model first before attaching it to the bones. And then once all of that stuff is attached and ready to go, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go set up your materials. So you can replace the textures here if you want, or you can make materials from scratch. All you have to do is hit unlock shader and then drag and drop your textures onto this little square here. Everything else is already set up. You can, of course, change things as you please. And as a heads up for the demon goat and the angel sheep and not the base colors, there are there's an emission map already there. So if you're going to drag and drop a texture onto a material, make sure to do it on the base colors, because this doesn't have emissions maps that are going to mess anything up for you. But once you set up your materials, you're just going to drag and drop it to the corresponding parts. Hair, then tail, wings, and horns. There we go. So those are all of our materials attached now. And then if you also wanted any accessories, that's also here. So we have some nose rings. So we can do an open septum ring, and we can do the cowbell collar as well. And so the collar attaches to the chest, not the neck. And then the septum ring attaches to the head. And then for the collar, same thing that we had to do with the ears. We just want to make sure that the collider for the bones on the collar is set to the chest. And that's just so that it doesn't clip through as much. And so once that is all set up, and we can double check everything, we can press play. And we can shake our model around. Everything should stay attached. It looks a little crazy, but everything is attached as it should be. So good. Okay. And then, like I said, if you want to test your emissions and make sure you have the right emissions on, you can turn on directional light and you'll be able to see what glows and what doesn't. What else? Oh, next we're going to go through just some blend shapes that already exist on the model. So we've got on each set of ears, you can hide individual earrings. So you can hide each ring individually, and then you can hide the earring that has the tag on it as well. And you can mix and match as you please. In regards to the collar here, there is one adjustment, and it's if you choose a chunky body type. Just so that there's no clipping. Same, some of the horns have blend shapes, like this has a thick blend shape, this has like a long blend shape, and you can also twist it outwards a bit if you want your horns twisted. This nose ring, I think, yeah, also has a thickness and shape. So just look through all the materials. For me, it's highlighted in yellow, but for you, I think it will be highlighted in orange. It's either orange or blue. But you'll see the blend shapes here. Now, in regards to the body of the model here, we've got lots of blend shapes. So the face sliders and the body sliders, you are free to mess with as you please. Don't touch these. Do not touch adjustments. Don't touch the visemes. Mess everything up, and don't touch the expressions, because that will also mess things up in game. But there are a bunch of face sliders, a bunch of body sliders, and you can just go through as you please. There's also a fork tongue. And then there's 2 chest options, some different types of body types here. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Then make sure that this is how you want it if you've changed the scaling on your avatar at all. So for example, if I made this a tiny avatar, right? Set it to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Make sure to hit edit here on the avatar descriptor and drop your viewport all the way down. And that is just so. This is where you look out of. You just want to make sure that you're not looking from above when you upload. And then we have our tiny little goat here. And we can pick some You pick some body type adjustments here. Little fangs, forked tongue, and big eyebrows. And then once you're all set here, I didn't realize I was angry looking this whole time. So sorry. Once that is all set up and you want to save what you've created here, you can drag and drop what you've made down here, and then it'll save it as a prefab here, so you can use it whenever. And then you're going to go to your VRChat SDK. And then as long as there's nothing that says autofix, click autofix. So for example, if you're putting on a fresh texture, it'll say streaming maps, whatever it's called. You're just going to hit autofix on that, and then you'll be good to go. And then you can just hit build and publish for Windows. And feel free to upload public or private. I am okay with either. And make sure to show me what you've done. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you for watching the video. Yeah, and I'm just going to keep making bases, and I hope you guys like them. But that is it. I'm just waiting for this to upload. There we go. And then if you want to make your image pretty, here's my go-to, okay? So you're going to bring the camera up so it shows the face. You're going to grab this tiny square here. You're going to zoom in. And then you can always change your skybox to a solid color and set it to something like hot pink. So if you weren't as zoomed in, it's a bit cuter. And then you're going to type in what you want, upload public or private. Check this off and hit upload, and then you are all set to play in VRChat. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for hanging out. If you have any other questions, check out my Discord or my Twitter. Message me on either, preferably Discord first. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. And make sure to show me cute photos of what you make. All right? Love you. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.